Hello. Um, I just submitted my Peace Corps application to serve in Thailand as an English language instructor. Um, I decided to record this, uh, so it's something that I can look back on maybe and see just what I was thinking at the time. Uploading it maybe so other people can see what the process ends up looking like for me. Maybe I can get advice. Maybe I can be helpful to other people who are going to go through this. Uh, yeah, so a little bit about me. I graduated from the University of Texas in December of 2024. I got my major in international relations, Asian studies, and government, and I got a minor in Mandarin. Um, I I think one of the big things I did during my college career that really got me into potentially serving in the Peace Corps, making me feel like I could actually do it, was I studied abroad in Taiwan for a year, and during that time I learned functional Mandarin. Haven't been practicing since, so it's definitely gone a little downhill, but I can still have good conversations, basic stuff. And it is, what's the date today? Uh, yeah, so it's April 21st, 2025. I've been still living at my same place that I was living in last fall because I signed a contract for the whole semester. I've just been working full time in the restaurant industry, saving up my money. And during that time, I've been working on my Peace Corps application. So um, the thing that I think challenged me the most in that was that motivation statement. So for Peace Corps, you're going to get two big parts for that beginning part of your application. It's the actual resume and the motivation statement. And the resume, you're supposed to treat it like any other work resume. I included, my education, my study abroad experience, my experience working in the restaurant industry on all that. Ideally, you'd have volunteer experience. I don't really have that. I do have. I'm living in a student housing co-op right now, and I'm sort of volunteering as a kitchen manager for that. But I'm also getting a rent decrease, so I don't really consider it volunteering. But it's sort of the community aspects. So I'm hoping that helps. But ideally, if you want to do this, you should do some volunteering and get that on your resume to show that it's something that you're serious about and interested in. I've just got to hope that the other stuff I got going for me means that doesn't matter. So we'll see. Um, and so you set up that resume and then you do your motivation statement. And the motivation statement was really tough for me. So it's 500 words, and you're supposed to explain in those 500 words why you want to serve and why you'll be able to overcome the numerous challenges that come with being a Peace Corps volunteer. I rewrote it like 4 times. I had some that I wrote I felt good about, some that I wrote, and then the next day I was like, this is horrible. I need to completely start over. Um, Eventually, at the end of that process, I did start over, but I used some of the stuff that I'd gotten from those previous ones. I wrote something up I feel really good about, and that was the last hold for me for submitting this application. So I literally submitted it about 20 minutes ago. From what I've heard, my expectation is that in the next 7 to 14 days, I should get an email talking for a interview, which from what I've heard from my recruiter, which I did get in contact with the Peace Corps recruiter, which I recommend. She was really helpful. We did a phone call and everything. And from what she said, I should probably get an interview. They can't promise anything, obviously, but um, once I get that interview done, then I think that's where the actual like selection process will really happen for me. Um, so I'm a lot more nervous about that than I am about these next 2 weeks of waiting to see if slash when I get an interview for that. Um, I picked Thailand as my Peace Corps location, and um, that's tough for me, or it's tough in general because I picked Thailand and I picked English language instructor, and Thailand is among, if not the most competitive country because it's got a reputation for like tropical paradise, partying, and all that. And English instructor is also a pretty popular one because you don't necessarily need experience in that. It would help a lot if I had it, but you don't need it to get it. A lot of people have no experience teaching English before they go and do Peace Corps English teaching. They will train you and certify you during the 3 month training period before you actually serve. So it's definitely a competitive area, but I'm really passionate about picking Thailand because I knew I wanted to do Southeast Asia. It's the area I studied in college. It's where I lived when I did my study abroad. It's a region I've really grown to like, really, really like and feel like I just want to get to know it even more. Um, and then I picked Thailand in particular because I wanted to do another tonal language. Mandarin Chinese is a tonal language. The way you say a word, the tone of the word affects the meaning. And Thai is also a tonal language, so I thought it'd be cool to, since I've already kind of developed that skill, I thought it would make me more competitive, and I just really fell in love with speaking a tonal language, that it would be really cool to speak another one. Vietnamese is also tonal, and I did put on my application that I'd be okay with going to another Asian country, and Vietnam would be my preference probably out of the ones that are available down there. So uh, there's that, but I like Thailand more as an option than Vietnam, although they're pretty close in my head, just because I like uh, the relative governance system there a little more than the Vietnamese one. Vietnam is it's very stable and it's safe and everything, but there is a higher degree of freedom and democracy in Thailand, even though it's still a very flawed democracy, and so that appealed to me, frankly. And also the excitement of potentially learning like a whole new alphabet sounded pretty cool. Like just sort of superficially, like that sounded really awesome. Um, so I picked. So that's where I'm going, and that's what I'm doing. Um, I think I'll make a separate video talking about why I want to serve, why Peace Corps is something that I could see myself like really dedicating a lot of my life to potentially, and why this is the path I've gone down. But this is just my introductory. I've submitted my application. Here's where I'm going. Here's what I've done. Yeah.